So this is a little bit of a harder video for me to do. I find that I got a lot of ideas and things are going through my mind. I'm just kind of ranting. So I'm going to try to be clear and concise and keep this short. So two things that are on my mind this morning is cryptocurrency and then cybersecurity. So what's on my mind with cryptocurrency? I'm really thinking about how can I invest into cryptocurrency to generate revenue, right? To have an investment, to have kind of that strategy on the side that's making me money, right? So either that is data mining or Bitcoin mining, or it could be investing actually in the currency. Now, I'd like to hear your comment. I'd like to hear what your feedback is. If you're in cryptocurrency and you're doing the same research or you're investing into it, how do you invest into it? And, you know, what is your goal? What are you thinking about doing with the cryptocurrency ethically above board? So, for example, are you investing and looking at strategy to make revenue so you can retire? Maybe it's your secondary income. You know, how are you using that? Third is like if you're doing data mining, what are you using for data mining? You know, what tools? Also, if you use any wallets, which wallets to use, and specifically if you're in Canada. This is something very important to me because if you're in Canada, it's different from the United States, and there's a lot of tools out for the United States and wallets, but I'm finding with the monetary system here, it's a lot harder to transfer from the Bitcoin cryptocurrency over into the Canadian dollar. They don't have a lot of systems that convert over to it, like to buy and sell. So I think you can buy fairly easy, but selling is the hard part. And that's why I'm just doing research. I'm not 100% sure. I'd like you to comment below and see, just let me know, like, you know, what you're finding, especially if you're in Canada. So how does this relate to cybersecurity? And that's something that's going through my mind is cybersecurity is something interesting, very interesting to me. See again, tongue-tied. It's because what I'm looking at is learning, developing in the IT industry, but how do I utilize that great information to have a long career, but also have a backup plan, right? And have something that if the company I'm working for, you know, maybe wants to do layoffs, cutbacks, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, you know, I'm the junior person on the team, or maybe something along that line. Who knows? Who knows what's the scenario, but maybe I get laid off. I don't want to be in a fear state where I'm like, oh crap, what do I do? I want to develop a state where I'm like, oh, that's too bad. You know, I'm disappointed, but I can move on and do other things. I'm not worried. And I think we need to develop, especially when we're in IT and cybersecurity in this industry, is redundancies and resilience on how to make sure that we're safe, we're looking after ourselves. Because I'm not saying, I want to be very clear, I'm not saying companies are not good and they're not, you know, 100% secure, but companies are about profit, right? And if they're not making profits and they may do cutbacks, guess what? You might be the person they cut back. And that's just part of business. It's not personal, right? So we have to understand that in this day and age, companies have to be very dynamic. Right, so if they have to do layoffs, they have to do layoffs. It's just the way business is. And I like to think I don't take it personally. All right, except for one time I did take it personally, and that's another story. But my point being is that we have to look after ourselves, especially with the cybersecurity. We have such broad knowledge when it comes to technology. Why not leverage that to make sure that, one, we're developing our career, we're doing our certifications, and we're growing, but also that we have systems on the side that we stay secure, so that we're not all thinking just company, you know, IT, but how do we do this risk analysis for ourselves as well? So that's kind of what's going on in my mind as I'm developing into cybersecurity and growing, is how to do this so I'm safe and secure, that I can work in a great company, I can be a consultant, I can open my own company, whatever domain or avenue I want to go. But then what happens is I'm not worried that, and I'm not desperate. I'm hungry. There's a difference. I'm hungry for the position, I'm hungry for the work, but I'm not desperate that I make mistakes and I let emotions kind of drive my decisions, and emotions out of fear. My emotions right now are out of passion and excitement, and that's where you want someone to be. Not out of fear, like, oh my God, you know, I'm scared I'm going to lose my job. Or, oh my God, you know, if I get this job, what do I do? I want to be in someone that's, I want to work for someone that's passionate, and I want to be passionate for them. I want to be excited. I want to be motivated and do the best things that I can and be excited about learning and developing. I don't want to be in a fear state that I'm like worried about my, where should I get my next job, and oh my God, if I get this job, should I be looking for another one? I don't want to be in that state. When I work for a company, I want to be present, I want to be excited, I want to be motivated, right, to keep going. And if it doesn't work out, I want to be safe enough that it's not a big deal. It's not a big loss for me. It's upsetting, but it's like, okay, I understand, and I move on. So that's kind of what's been going through my mind. I know it's a little bit of a rant, but something that you have to think about when you're doing cybersecurity and developing is how are you going to look after yourself as you grow? Because this industry, from what I'm understanding, is growing, growing, growing. But you got to protect yourself while you're doing it too. So that's it for this morning's section. I got to go, got to get some studying done, and I will talk to you a little bit later. Okay, so I'm just on my way home. I just got my hair cut. A couple things I just want to recap on today before I end out today is I got some CompTIA Security Plus studying in. It was really good. I know I have to review threat vectors and actually what they look like. Not in the sense of the definitions or answering questions, but what does a SQL injection look like? What does a cross-site scripting look like? Because I know I got caught in one of the exams I did that the question was, you're seeing a SQL injection, which is a SQL injection. It had lines of code. A was a line of code, B was a line of code, C was a line, and you had to pick one. And I didn't know which one was which. So I know I got that one wrong, but I need to study that and get that. The next thing I have to look at is I have to study tonight. I have to get some Python programming studying in. I know that's important for me to make sure I get that done. I get that in each and every day. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I have to do? I think that's about it. I'm just trying to think right now. But that's about it. And then, I'm just to let you guys know, I'm actually starting to put feelers out about potentially looking for employment, looking for work, and seeing how that's going to pan out. So I'm talking to a few colleagues, a few friends, and just saying, hey, you know what? I'm excited to get back out there, and I'm just looking to see what happens. The great thing right now is I'm in a state of, a good foundation where I can take my time. I don't need to be in a fear state where I found I have been in my past, and I've made decisions based on money versus where I want to go with my career. And I think that's really harmful when you're looking at working for a company. It's harmful for them because, you're just trying to get paid, and all of a sudden you might move on very quickly. Now, for me, that's not always the case. I'm very loyal unless something really, really goes wrong where I just don't feel comfortable. But other than that, I'm a very loyal person. But I want to be in a state of, a solid foundation and comfortable. And so I'm able to do the things, I want to do. And that be learning, working hard, putting some sweat equity into the company that I'm working with, like doing all those great things. So that's where I want to be and what I want to do. So that's why I'm starting to put some feelers out and see where things go. So that's it for today's video. I don't have much else to cover. That's about it for today. And I'm just really thankful for you guys. Oh, that's actually something important I want to say. Thank you so much for coming along this journey with me, watching my videos, commenting. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to comment. It's just so important to me to hear the feedback that I'm getting, that people appreciate my videos and are getting maybe little tips and some value in what they're doing. All right, so I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate your time and what you've been doing. So that's it for today's video. Just don't forget, software is hackable, being connected is vulnerable. I'll see you next video.